Hey everybody, it's Charlene. I wanted to pop on for a minute and walk you through how you could use your Google Classroom to launch some of the resources and activities that the CNI team is providing for week 3. Not a whole lot has changed, and teachers at this time are not to send out anything that isn't provided in the lesson plans. Of course, that will change in the future, but for right now, we're still sort of doing what we did for week 2. So this is an example of fourth grade for week 3, and it's not finished yet. You will have TEKS here, so that will be done for you. You can see the date stand at the top. Nothing has changed. There's a technology route and a non-technology route. I'm going to walk you through just the technology component and how you could utilize these resources and put them into your Google Classroom. So let's go to my Google Classroom. This is my example. I'm going to go to classwork. And I kind of walked you through this a little bit last week, and kind of thought, well, you could take these topics and think of them as your containers or your components for the different ELAR essentials. So looking over here, this read aloud was the one we did for week 2. So this would be week 3. And you can see here I even have a due date. So let's go back to the lesson plans. If you click on read aloud, for example, you're going to see here the curriculum team is a little bit more structured, which is great because that kind of gets those parents and families as well used to some changing in the rigor. We have picked a specific read aloud and then paired it with a discussion question. And yes, for right now, 3 to 6, these are picture books, but the text complexity will come into play with, the deepening with the discussion questions. And then this is a invitation for kids to start engaging and for you to start corresponding with your students around a discussion question. So what I did is just simply click on that exact read aloud, and then I copied the question, and then I just simply dropped it right here as a link, and gave them a little bit of direction. So they'll listen to that read aloud. And then I put the discussion question in a Google form. Okay, so the kid will submit there. It doesn't have to look like that. You could put the discussion question in your stream, and then kids could respond to each other. That's just kind of an idea of where you could start. So that's one idea. If you go to writing workshop, I have another example. So again, this was week 2 where they were picking using a menu to respond. And here is what week 3 is going to look like. If you go to the lesson plan, you'll see here the writing has changed, where we're going to encourage kids to start a pandemic journal. This was a suggestion from the Teachers College, so that they could start writing down their thoughts and feelings. So these are just some thinking prompts that they can use. They don't have to. And then all I did was just drop that right into my Google Classroom. So I hope this was helpful and just again giving you some ideas of how you could take the content that's been provided for you and launch it into your own learning platform. This was an example of a Google Classroom. There's also Flipgrid as well. At this time, there's no videos that should be going out or anything that's outside of the lesson plans at this time. That will, of course, be changing through that gradual release model, so stay tuned. I know you guys are eager to start that, and believe me, so are we. But thanks for being patient and facilitating what has been provided. If you need anything, let me know. I hope this has been helpful.